In this lesson, I will explain to you the concept of Agile. What is Agile? Agile is a way of managing projects and developing products by working in. You have to remember these 3 points. You can say these 3 points are the central idea or main idea of the Agile project. Small iterative steps, gathering feedback frequently, and adapting to change. What does it mean? Suppose if you are making the website for the customer, you will divide the website into different phases or different steps. You can say if they are looking for 5 pages, so we will divide in 5 pages. After completing one page, we have to show that page to the customer or the client. They will provide us some feedback. On the basis of those feedback, we will improve or we will refine that page. And if at the end, suppose if the customer said any time in the project, if he or she wants to add new pages or any other information, we have to accept that change happily. So these are the three main points. Here I will explain you with the help of another example. Suppose if you have made your mind to complete your PMP exam in 10 days, which is, I think, is not an easy task. So you have decided that each day you will complete 2 chapters. First day you had completed 2 chapters. Second day, suppose you were not able to complete 2 chapters, you just completed 1 chapter. Third day you have completed half chapter. So this is the feedback that you are not getting your target. So change your plan. Instead of making your plan the 2 chapter per day, make it half chapter or 1 chapter. If you have decided that each day you will do 100 questions, first day you have completed 50 question. Next day suppose you did 70 question. If it is not possible to complete 100%, adapt to change means you can change your plan. So this is exactly the same way we work on Agile. Instead of following one fixed plan, this was the plan, 2 chapter per day. This was the plan, 100 question per day. If it is not possible, change it. It is widely used in software development, but it's also common in marketing, product management, manufacturing, education, and many other industries. Or Agile is a mindset and a set of principles for managing projects and developing products through iterative work, collaboration, customer feedback, and continuous improvement. Same thing I have written in different ways so you can understand easily. Agile is a project management and product development approach that emphasizes exactly the same thing. Collaboration means between team members and stakeholders we have to work together. Flexibility to adapt changing requirements. Do not just follow one fixed plan which we used to make in the predictive. No, you have to adapt to changing requirement. Iterative development, where work is completed in small increments called iterations or sprints. Continuous feedback, we have to show our prototype to the customer and they will provide us some feedback. On the basis of those feedback we have to improve our work. Delivering value early and often instead of waiting until the end of the project, which we usually do in predictive or waterfall. Core principles of Agile, there are four values you can say from the Agile manifesto, and again I will highly recommend you have to memorize this because there will be definitely one question related to these four values. Individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Again I will explain, this is the left side, this is the right side. See, after over, this is the right side. So we have, according to the Agile, we have to focus on the left side. We do not want to ignore the right side, but more, this right side is for the predictive approach and the left side is for the Agile. Just like working software over comprehensive documentation, instead of making too many documentation in the beginning, we have to start work. So focus should be on working software compared to comprehensive documentation, but the comprehensive documentation is also valuable. Customer collaboration over contract negotiation, responding to change over following a rigid plan. If suppose the competitors have released or working on the same product and they have released the product in the market, definitely they will get the market share. So if you do not follow whatever plan you had made in the beginning in order to get the market share, you can change your plan as well. And I have explained all this in my previous video in detail with questions as well. This does not mean the items on the right are not important, just that Agile places more emphasis on the items on the left side. So sometime the question will come, customer collaboration over processes and tool, comprehensive documentation, following a plan. If you know that customer collaboration over contract negotiation, so you have to select this. That is why I said just read 2 or 3 times. In this way you will memorize. Okay, how agile works? A typical agile project looks like this. Break a large project into smaller pieces. Whatever I had explained is written here, and those smaller pieces are known as the user stories or tasks. Sometime in the question you will see you have to complete 4 user stories or 4 tasks, so both have the same meaning. Prioritize the most valuable work. Complete a small set of tasks in a short time period, usually 1 to 4, that is called the sprint. Demonstrate the completed work to share stakeholders. Whatever you have completed here in step number 3, you have to show to the shareholders. Collect feedback and improve the product in the next sprint. This cycle repeats until the project is complete. So I hope this is clear. We will also solve, I will explain to you with the help of example. So example is, imagine you are building a food delivery app. If you are using the predictive waterfall, so what will happen, suppose is this is the project for 10 months, spend 10 months building every feature. At the end you have delivered to the customer, release the app once at the end. If the customer is not satisfied, it means we have to spend more time, and is a wastage of time, right? Wastage of time, money and everything. Agile approach, exactly the same thing. If you want to make an app, we will divide that project into 4. It is not necessary that 4. I said okay, we will divide this into 4 sprint. User registration and login is the first step. When we will complete this, we will show to the customer and we will get some feedback if he or she needs some improvement. Then in the second sprint, restaurant browsing. Third is the ordering food, payment and order tracking. Gather user feedback after each sprint and adjust future work. This allows customer to use the app earlier and helps the team respond to changing requirements. In this way, we can collaborate with the customer easily. What are the benefits of using the agile? Faster delivery of usable features, easier to adapt to changing customer needs, continuous customer feedback. Keep in mind customer satisfaction is one of the main important thing in agile. Reduce project risk, improve teamwork and transparency, because when we will involve or collaborate with our customers or stakeholders in this way, there will be transparency and collaboration. Common agile framework, these are the Scrum, Kanban, Extreme Programming, Scale Agile Frame, or it is also known sometimes SOS, Scrum of Scrum. So you will see the questions in the exam will come mostly from Scrum and Kanban, and 1 and 2 questions will come from the Extreme Programming or SOS. Scrum uses fixed length sprint, because here we use the word sprints. Sprint is usually 1 to 4 weeks. Suppose if one user story or 2 user stories you are completing in 3 weeks, for the next sprint the length should be same. We cannot say for the first sprint it is 3 weeks, for the second it is 2 weeks. No, you have to set 3 weeks for all the sprints. If it is different, it means you are using Kanban. So keep in mind, sometime the question will come, what will happen in the Scrum if you are not able to complete whatever. So we cannot change the sprint, right? And the other keywords are product owner, Scrum master and development team. If you will see these words, these are the keywords for the Scrum. Kanban focuses on visualizing work and limiting work in process. Again, here is a board which is called the Kanban board. Here are different columns, and the center one is the work in process. All the items on which you have to work is here. So suppose in work in process 2 items you are working, these are called the user stories. If the question come in which column, you have to put the limit, that is work in process. Question is why we have to put the limit here, to reduce waste. Extreme programming emphasizes engineering practices such as pair programming. If you will see in the question, 2 people are working, or pair programming, or it means they are talking about the extreme programming, because in extreme programming one person write the code and second person just make testing. So in this way there are less chances of error. Scale agile framework, if suppose 2 or 3 teams are working in silos, at the end they want to coordinate, so this is called the SOS. Then they have to use Scrum of Scrum or scale agile framework. Here are the agile is a traditional, this is the comparison between the waterfall and the agile. Iterative development, here is the sequential development. Flexible requirement, you can add requirements anytime. Here is the fixed requirements. Here we try our best to write down all the documentation or requirements in the beginning. Frequent customer feedback. Here is the feedback mainly at the end, because we deliver the product at the end. So that is why we get feedback at the end. Here, after each phase or after each user story, we get feedback from the customer. Regular small releases, one major release. Here we deliver at the end when everything is ready. Welcome changes is often costly, because here if the change are requested, then we have to evaluate. It will go to the change control board and they will decide. First they will evaluate what will happen to the cost, schedule and everything, so it's a little bit costly. In short, Agile is a flexible iterative approach to project management and product development that emphasizes collaboration, continuous improvement and delivering value to customers quickly. I hope the concept is clear. Now you can pause the video and try your best to find out the correct answer. Whatever I had explained exactly, you will find out the correct answer from here. Then you can compare. In Scrum, who is accountable for maximizing the value of the product? See here, this is Scrum. Scrum means product owner, Scrum master and development team. These are the three main roles of the Scrum. So who is responsible for maximizing the value of the product? That is the product owner, because Scrum master, they will guide you, they will coach you. If they will say who will coach in the Scrum, that is the Scrum. Development team stakeholders, so product owner is the correct answer. Which metric is most commonly used in Kanban to evaluate delivery performance? We had discussed Kanban in my previous video. So velocity, here is the cycle time is the best answer. In Kanban, we which metric is most used? We use cycle time. What is the meaning of cycle time? Again, I will explain to you quickly. Suppose if the customer requested you on August the 1st that they are looking for the website, and you said okay, we will complete the website on August the 31st. So 31 minus 3 is called the lead time, but you will not start their website right away. Maybe you will start on August the 10th and you will complete on August the 20th. So 10 days is the cycle time. So this is the, usually we use the matrix cycle time in Kanban. This is the cycle time. You started work and you completed work. Here is, this is called the lead time. Lead time means the requested and the delivery. So lead time is greater than cycle time. Okay, what is the primary objective of the Scrum? Sprint review. Sprint review means we receive feedback usually from the stakeholders, inspect the increment and adapt the product backlog, improve team collaboration, assign new tasks, evaluate team performance. So inspect the increment, right? Whatever increment you have completed in the sprint, you have to show to the stakeholders, and adapt the product backlog. If there are some changes, we have to write down those changes in the product backlog. So I hope the concept is clear. If you do have any question, please do not hesitate to ask me. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.